So Tony, they say this is supposed to be the endgame for the Avengers. What are your thoughts on that?
Come on, Steve. It's only the beginning.
Or is it? So we have to let you know right off the bat that this is a spoilers review. We are going to be spoiling parts of the movie like crazy. So you have been warned, okay? If this is not your cup of tea, you haven't seen it yet, then get out, get out.
Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about Black Widow dying and Iron Man dying and
Captain America
deciding to go back to return the stones and then deciding, hey, I'm just gonna, stay with my Peggy and then I'm gonna come back like an old man
and give my shield
and
to
say,
Sam the Falcon.
I have lived a satisfying life. I made the right choice.
You were warned, okay? These are all the spoilers. Now we got those out of the way. I really hope you've seen the movie.
You know what? I'll start with saying I really loved where Captain America's storyline ended up.
Yes,
I really did.
That was the perfect story arc.
Well, it worked really well.
Character arc.
When you think about his kind of like camaraderie with Iron Man, with Tony Stark, because there's this idea that they kind of go back and forth between choosing, the risky life of a superhero, but also the life of a normal, a normal existence,
Yeah, you have that duality of superheroes that they're always struggling with, that internal conflict, which is plausible, right? Especially in this movie, they do such a great job of fleshing that out.
Yeah, so I loved, how Evans was sitting there at the end of the movie with the old, makeup, and he did such a good job.
Yeah, just looking into the distance and feeling satisfied.
Yeah, and
that's
he's
good
like,
acting.
and he's like, I'm really glad that I made this decision. You fools, you still have to,
fight aliens, and I'm not going to tell you, Sam. No,
I went back to my love, and I had a meaningful life, and it was great.
It was fantastic closure for those two central characters of the Avengers. I mean, Tony going back and seeing his father and maybe offering a gem of advice and just being able to see him and hug him and all that other stuff.
Right.
It was beautiful.
And it was both endearing and comical because he was trying so hard to not to make it awkward or give anything away. Yeah, exactly. So that scene was great. And then, come on, Thor, the Big Lebowski, the dude. Okay, so Thor went the dude. Thor went the Big Lebowski. Let's just.
I was laughing my butt off when I saw that.
That was so great.
I did not expect that. Yeah. Fat Thor.
And then he gets to go back to Asgard and kind of like rekindle, something with his mother. Yeah. So that was really interesting too.
Again, closure for a lot of characters.
Closure for
even though he lived, but still, like you said, going back and rediscovering your past, just kind of journeying through your identity was a very human thread that, like we've said before, you haven't seen in a lot of Marvel movies.
Although it's kind of funny, right? Like how he can be kind of like wimpy sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they made the Hulk in this.
Oh, I love the Hulk. He was hilarious.
The Hulk was good. The Hulk was good. Finally in control of his emotions. Yeah, he's like I like, why didn't I think of this before? I can be both the green monster and the intellectual scientist,
and take pictures with fans.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really good too.
And I also love the fact that all these different characters, right, it didn't feel crowded. They all got some screen time, but it wasn't bloated. I loved that. I love the fact that Josh Brolin continues to do a phenomenal job with Thanos. And granted, this wasn't so much his movie as it was Captain America and Iron Man, but
so much depends on the enunciation of his voice, by the way, which is masterful.
Yeah, I did want more Brolin, more Thanos, but I get what they were doing. Yeah, man, I mean, such great acting. Scarlett Johansson and
she had some really good vulnerable moments.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, the first act.
Like probably my favorite acting coming from her as Black Widow, I have to say.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah. And then Gwyneth Paltrow, when Iron Man dies, my goodness, just her facial expressions, the lines they gave her were absolutely perfect.
Yes. However, Captain Marvel Okay, a lot of people are talking about her hair.
I love the fact that they chopped her hair off.
I
loved it.
It doesn't bother me. I didn't have any feelings about it really. I mean, I think that it's cool that she kind of like goes through this journey, and it's just showing where she ends up,
right,
as a strong female character.
Exactly,
right?
And it reflects what they have in the comic books. And if you talk to a certain person that we both know who's very strong on feminism, this person will greatly appreciate that she didn't have long flowing hair to objectify females, along with other things. You know, she didn't have it tied back. She had it chopped off.
Yeah.
That's going to make that person happy.
Not to mention the ending of this movie. There's a specific sequence where all of the female superheroes kind of take charge and they battle. You know,
yeah. And it wasn't too in your face, but it was enough.
But it was clear
to say that yes, yes, these are strong female characters, and they're going to whip some butt too.
However, what I was going to say about Captain Marvel is what a waste. I'm sorry, but like, she's in the movie for the first 10 minutes.
Right.
She disappears and she comes back at the end to fight Thanos. And I'm sorry, but if she can bring a spaceship, if she can carry a spaceship, right, and safely, and she can like fly through the galaxies and go to that planet and that planet, and she can't fight Thanos. Thanos just kind of like threw her, and that was
that was ridiculous.
Disappointing.
I was wondering why she
she was gonna crush him.
Yeah, and why is she flying so close to the ground? Come on, you're like a cosmic hero.
That did not make any sense.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That didn't make any sense. I didn't have a problem with the fact that she took kind of a back seat in this movie. I mean, it's not her movie, but yeah, like you said, why wasn't she more of a force against Thanos?
Yeah, because they kind of hyped it up with Captain Marvel, you know, the movie, and so I was waiting for her to have a significant like role, but nope. And you made a good point when you said that there were no throwaway characters, because even, you know, Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One had a cool, you know, significant scene in there with the Hulk that I really enjoyed. Yeah. Everything was relevant. Anyway.
Okay, so while we're nitpicking a little bit, I do want to point out a few things that, you know, I took some minor issues with. For example, I kind of felt like the time travel discovery was a little too fast. It would have been nice for them to have had a little more challenge with that than like, other than just like, oh, I'm going to try this randomly and oh look, I discovered time travel in a matter of nights.
They just made it into a, you know, they made it comedic. Well, that's what they did with the time travel testing. I thought, you know,
yeah, but
they kind of, and then they have that scene where they make all the callbacks to the pop culture references to time travel movies, you know. And
but I mean, like when he's in his living room or wherever he's at, and he's like has that little, you know, hologram up there, and it's like, oh, I'll try this, and boom. I was like, wow, that's kind of contrived a little bit, you know. You know, in the comic books, and I don't want to compare it too much, but I do want to point out because it needs mentioning. They teased Adam Warlock at the end of the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, having everyone think that he's going to play a major role. So I'm thinking, why would you include him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe if not to include him in this Infinity War struggle? Because anyone who knows the comics will say that I basically only remember him for that, right? And then they don't even use him. So I'm curious to see what they're going to use him for. Is he going to start something new? Are they just going to throw him away as just another character in Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know, but
I was looking forward to.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, maybe him making an appearance in this film, but. Nope.
You know what? Since we're talking about this, you know, whole thing of twists and whatnot and unexpected things happening, you know, I was really waiting the entire movie for something really enormous and profound and just something to just stagger me to my core, shake me to my core.
Take your breath away.
Yeah, the third act, and I didn't get that. You know, I kind of felt like they just kind of fell back into the typical superhero storyline of, okay, so we're just gonna have a giant battle and we're gonna defeat the bad guy. And to me, that was a little dissatisfying, but it didn't ruin the movie for me overall.
For me, there were a lot of little moments that were satisfying and surprising. So like at the end, I didn't really mind because I felt immensely satisfied throughout. Like for example,
there's too much goodness in this movie.
Yeah, for example, the whole Nebula, you know, conflict with herself. The future Nebula with the old Nebula. I really liked that. And I liked the Jeremy Renner Hawkeye conflict. With him and Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. You know, that entire scene was, you know, heartbreaking. And then, of course, him losing his family and really struggling with this whole idea of, hey, well, maybe getting revenge is not such a good idea, and it's not going to make me feel so much better. So I really enjoyed all of these little surprises throughout. You know, Thor getting all fat and
playing Fortnite.
Yeah, and with the ending, I liked the crescendo, and it was a great battle sequence. Actually, it was an epic battle sequence because this was me the entire time.
Maybe not like on the level of Lord of the Rings, but man, it was damn
it was
close.
Pretty good though. It was wow.
Yeah, you talk about surprises. This was a movie where when I was watching it, I was thinking, okay, they're doing some things that are close to the comic book story, and so I think I know what's going to happen here and here and here. I kept bugging him in the theater. I know what's going to happen. And then every single time, they went a totally different direction, and I was like, I like this. I like this. I'm surprised. It's fresh.
I love that they embedded the older scenes from the older movies.
You know what? I thought that they were going to do more with that. I thought they were going to interact somehow, and I was like,
yeah,
dude, see, that's what I was talking.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I turned to you and I said, I love this.
Yeah, no, we both said, this is awesome, because I really was expecting that, and that was the kind of.
But not a lot happened.
But
not a lot happened.
That was the kind of twist I was really hoping for. And that's what
that the movie really delved into that more.
Yeah, it would have really set it apart from other movies to where like no other movie has done this before to this level, and it would have been freaking awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Now, I definitely don't want to forget the techniques.
Okay.
I mean, the CGI, as Marvel has done recently, is phenomenal.
It's gorgeous.
The de-aging of Michael Douglas was incredible. The de-aging of Howard Stark. All the CGI, just fantastic. And the cinematography as well. Some gorgeous shots, especially when Captain America was looking at the forces of evil about to just destroy him and tear him apart.
Oh, yeah. And what about the planet that they have to go to get the Soul Stone, where the Red Skull is?
Yes.
Oh, that was some gorgeous cinematography. And I love the way that the Red Skull character like looks, you know, like with the like a wraith.
I was right about to say like
vibe,
a wraith,
you know.
All these shots felt like paintings. It was just so gorgeous.
That last battle sequence, I mean, was breathtaking.
That third act is just mind-blowing.
So if you watched our non-spoiler review, you know by now that the two of us gave this film 5 reels. The very first movie since we started this channel that we give 5 reels to. I mean, what such an amazing experience in the movie theater. Unforgettable. I'm definitely going to watch it again at least one more time. And
at least one more time.
At least one more time, exactly.
Maybe at least 5 more times.
Maybe. I don't know. Just maybe. We hope you enjoyed watching the spoiler review, and we definitely want to hear your comments below on this movie. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you loved, what you didn't like so much.
Yeah, how does it rank among all the Marvel movies? Is it the best? We think it is, obviously, right?
Don't forget to look us up on social media. We're on Facebook at Real Screeners and Instagram real.screeners. And remember, hit up the Alamo Draft House. They had some nice Avengers decor there, so go check it out. And if you like our videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell button, and we hope to see you again for some more real takes on movies.
So, Tony. Oh, look, an angel got its wings. Okay. So, Tony, they say this is supposed to be the end game. That sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is supposed to be the end game. And let us know how this movie ranks among all the MCU movies. Is it the best? I mean, we obviously think it is.
Obviously.